you're getting this, and I'm joining you for coffee. And I said, okay. And then we started exchanging stories. Jewish geography. It exists.
Can you explain that definition? Can you define that?
He said to me, Ed Schwartzman, when has an old guy from Brooklyn ever let you down? And I said, never, because that's my grandfather, my dad's dad, old guy from Brooklyn. Partially responsible for my existence in life. No, Jewish geography is basically, it's like you know somebody who I know through multiple people, and you somehow get there. Like,
Scared rabbit, they've got you boxed in. Old habit, you draw the curtain. Lonely only if they ever leave.
Hello, my name is Michael Zarek, and this is Third Space Indy. In 1989, a man named Ray Oldenburg wrote a book called The Great Good Place. And in this book, he coined the term third place. This describes a place outside of your home and outside of your work that you can go be with others and build community. So I've made it my goal to find people all over Indianapolis who are doing their very best to create those types of places. I am here today at the Chicago Beef and Dog in Irvington. Chicago Beef and Dog Company.
yes.
In Irvington with a very good friend of mine who works for the local news, is a very loud and proud Jewish man, but is the only Jewish man I've ever met in my life who does not like lox bagels.
I know. I'm getting ridiculed for that my whole life.
So that brings me to my guest today, Ethan Rosuck, a meteorologist at Fox 59.
Hi, Michael.
Hello. I did mention that we were at Chicago Beef and Dog, and we have been sitting with Dave for about, I don't know, it feels like an hour so far.
Let's usually how it is.
Just shooting the shit. And Dave offered us some free food today, which was very kind of him. So I
Yes.
said, I'm going to let you run a quick ad. So Dave, step
Come.
on over here.
Sure. Okay. And
down.
I do like lox and bagels.
I know. Remember, I'm in the wrong here, and I know it. It's not like I haven't tried. I want that
So
on the record.
we're here at Chicago Beef and Dog on East Washington, right here in Irvington, where I believe that we've tried to create the space that we're talking about, or attempted to, maybe a place with a social conscience.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now we're going to allow them to do their not a podcast right here at our place.
Yes.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Jay.
The food was
It
really,
so
really good. I was starving. And
Yeah, we both did not eat.
I don't know
much.
if that makes it a lie or not, but the food was amazing. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed talking to Dave, but let's talk about Ethan Rosuck.
Me.
Yeah. So for the people who may not know, can you tell the people who you are, what you do, and what you're about?
I'm a meteorologist at Fox 59 and CBS 4 here in Indianapolis. Been here about 3 years. June 2023 when I moved here. And I do the weather there. I'm a meteorologist, and I'm basically living my dream that I've wanted to do since early middle school, something like that, when I loved watching the meteorologists in the Chicago area, because that's where I'm from, the suburbs, do the weather on TV, and I just knew I want to do that one day. And we, there were popular names like Tom Skilling, Jerry Taft, who has since passed away, but Tom Skilling just retired from what is now our sister station, WGN.
Yeah.
He was up there for decades and decades and decades. And I just knew I wanted to do that one day. And no, I didn't know how much math would go into it because I'm not good at math. I had to redo calculus at Ball State a couple of times, but
You're not supposed to let people know that.
oh, it's okay. No, trust me, it's okay. But we're here now, being able to live out my dream here in Indianapolis, a place that I thought I'd actually never get back to. I didn't think I was ever going to be moving back to Indiana after college ever. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I have a question, quick aside,
Yeah.
in regard to your Indiana experience.
Uh-huh.
How happy were you to leave Muncie? Am I allowed to say that?
Of
Yeah,
course you
all
are.
right.
I loved Ball State and the campus and everything around it. Made some of my best friends there. I still keep in touch with a lot of my professors. But, Muncie it's changed. It has changed even since because I've been up there for several other times.
Yeah.
And I think it gets a bad rap. Sometimes rightfully so.
I think a lot of places get bad raps.
Every city has it.
Yeah.
But it has its own charm as a college town and a lot of history there too. I love a town with history. Indianapolis one. Muncie is a big one too with the Ball brothers and the engineering. It's an old coal city. You know, it's. I think it's great and a lot of hidden gems. That's what I love finding about every place.
Mm-hmm. So the other reason I was really, even though you begged to be on the podcast, which I do have to drag you for.
All I said was, when are you going to have me on? At least 10 times. So begging, asking politely 10 times, whatever you want to call it.
But even though someone has changed my opinion about advocating for yourself, I do think there is something to be said about advocating for yourself as somebody who does that type of thing. But I think in the framing of the podcast, I've had someone else on who I've called this before, which is you are very much an instigator of like friendship. Yeah, especially in my life, but in the lives of many people, you are the person who is the main driver of the "do you want to hang out" text, and I think there's something very valiant about that.
Because I used to not be like that. It actually all kind of happened when my parents moved to the current house where they live, almost 20 years. That's where I tell people I grew up, in this house, not the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a lot of friends where I grew up in the first schools I went to, and I didn't have the happiest of childhood in that ream. But then 5th grade happened, and when we moved to this new house, new school, and I met my friend Glenn, who I still talk to this day, from 5th grade, lives in Milwaukee suburbs now. I mean, from that day, it kind of gave me the confidence that I can have friends, and hopefully the relationship will go right back. Because it's a two-way street. I will always be the person. If I want to do something, I will ask. And I think that has been a big thing here in Indianapolis since I moved here. We're in a business. I'm in a business where I talk for a living.
You sure are.
I talk for a living. So any chance I could do that more. I love telling stories. I love just talking about, I don't know, just every day. And so I think your assessment is correct. And I used to not be like that. That's what I think is wild. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
And I hope my friends who are hopefully listening understand.
I know at least one who will.
That's right. Thank you. To the one.
What do you think changed about you internally that like made you want to be the catalyst?
The catalyst of like
hang out,
like wanting to do things.
Yeah. Was it like a college moment, or was it like
No.
you being a meteorologist and having to hang out with your coworkers?
That was a part of it for sure, because when you work in television and you work all these weird hours, the people you hang out with are your coworkers. And in my mind, it's why be rude to the people that you see multiple days a week. And I've made lifelong friendships from my previous job at my first station and here in Indy for sure. And because we're all doing the same thing, working these weird hours. Sometimes my friends have to cover stories that I can't even imagine. We have to do wall-to-wall tornado coverage, going to see the damage. I mean, these are not ordinary jobs. They're very niche. My line of work is niche.
Yep.
And I like to, it's nice to be able to hang out with these people outside of work, but I think since moving to Indy specifically, kind of branch out a little bit, where I've made some friends where it's not from news. I can tell people, yes, about my job and like what I do, but I don't talk about it all the time. In my last market, and often, honestly, when I hang out with my family, because they all want to know like what we do and everything like that. And I don't mind. That's what it was. But now I kind of like where I'm not talking about work all the time. And even though the weather does impact us every day, and I always will talk about it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've always I like doing things. But as now I just turned 30 this past year. And I think I've realized that I also kind of like having my do not disturb moments more than before, because I was always go 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 go, and I still am, but definitely not as much as I used to be.
So I walked 13 miles. I said this.
You did.
It's Tuesday, so I walked 13 miles 2 days ago. My right foot hurts.
Yeah.
But my left foot feels like perfect. And I'm just like, is this what old age is? Is this where my body starts like? Because sometimes my left knee hurts. It's like you your body just starts breaking down. And you're just like, oh my god. And I just like, maybe that's what 30 is. Maybe that's what 40 is. Your body just continues to.
It is a
fall
weird.
apart. Dave is just like nodding.
Well, first off, yes, and it's a. I think I've just realized a lot of things. Just like, wow, never take a day for granted. Worry about, put effort toward the things that you know you are in control of. Mm-hmm. Don't overstress about other things. Working in news has made me overstress about other things that I can't control.
Yeah.
But I've realized, I would say within the last couple of years specifically, that I try not to. It is easier said than done, 100%. But it's just like one of those things where I have to knock on my head and remember that.
Yeah.
Because you're only on this earth for so long, and you don't want to get burnt out. So you're in control of your own destiny. To an extent. And it's true, but every day is live it up.
Yeah. What do you think of like? One second. Let me pull it together.
It's okay.
So it's been a while now. It's been over a year. You recently, within the past year, came into a relationship with a woman named Sarah.
Yes.
And I like to think it's changed your life for the better. You just got back from Japan, which is kind of lit.
It was the best trip. Go there in your life sometime. Just go to Japan.
How do you think like your interpersonal dynamic has changed with the way you interact with your friends after getting in a longer term relationship? I'm so removed from that, I don't even know. Like, I feel like Anna and I are so intertwined at this point that it doesn't like change.
You are.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I've intertwined Sarah into my circle on a comfortable level.
Yeah, I think so.
Because she's an oncology nurse, which I could never imagine doing in a million years, and I give her credit for it. We both work these very odd schedules. That's why our relationship is a bonus, that it works out, because we plan our days out a lot.
That makes sense.
But we all have these days where it's good days, it's bad days from work. And I think her and I both have this understanding that we try not to bring work with us at home all the time. Doesn't happen every day. But there are some days where I'm like, I need to talk about what happened today and just rip everything to shreds, or talk about how good of a day it was, and same thing with her. But this is my first, I would say, adult relationship. Like, because I've only had two. I had two other long-term girlfriends in my life. Mm-hmm. One from high school into college, and then one at my last station for a couple years. And while they were both great, they were both very different stages of life. This is my first adult relationship, and it has taught me a lot of things, because not only am I just excited to be with her every day, what I realized is that there are moments where, like I said, I could talk to a wall if I really tried, because I talk for a living. But I realized that it's a real thing when her and I could just be in the room together watching our show and not say a word. Mm-hmm. And it's okay.
Yeah.
She always likes to ask how my friends are doing. And then usually it comes, we need to get together with them. And then, okay, that's
so you're both the instigators.
We are both the instigators. Me way more.
Oh.
100%. That will be the story of the rest of our life, I think. But she has her group of friends that I've gotten to know really well, and they all live within Indy. And her family as well has been very important. My family's all back in the Chicago area. My parents are still in the house I grew up in. My sister lives in north side of Chicago. Grandparents, cousins are all up there too. We're very close. Sarah's family is all here, all of them here.
Yeah.
And they have been very nice at inviting me into their home and doing things. I feel very comfortable around them. I mean, I did just go on a whole trip to Japan with them. And I was...
You did do that.
and I was terrified because I'd only traveled across the pond once.
Mhm.
I don't count going to like the Caribbean.
Let alone with your partner's family that you haven't really hung out with.
Correct. It was an experience. I was so nervous, but it ended up being a great time. It's easy. I feel like I can just be me without having to change anything. I feel like she hasn't had to change anything, and it's really nice and refreshing.
Actually, I like that you said that. I think that's really an interesting point about Anna and my relationship. I never felt like I had to change myself for her, but I have changed because of her. Does that?
Yes, and that
make
was
sense?
your question too. And then of course I just keep going.
Yeah.
I think I've changed for the better with Sarah for sure. I think I have been more aware of reading a room better.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit I still do. Sometimes I miss cues and things, not as much as I used to,
Yeah.
but it's taught me that reading a room, it's also taught me that sometimes it is okay to say no to plans, to just sit and do nothing. Not only just to save money, because that's a bonus, sometimes we need to, but it's just better. Sarah has kind of gotten me to step back a little bit. Because remember, like I said, I am Roadrunner. Me, I go. Even Brian Wilkes, my chief meteorologist, is like, Ethan, you just show up. Like on Easter Sunday, him and his wife, Gigi, they were at the Fountain Room in downtown Indy. And they texted me, hey, by the way, we're at the Fountain Room. Not sure where you are. I'm there 10 minutes later. Just because I was driving back from Easter.
I think you and I are very similar in that way.
We
Sometimes
just
it'll be like,
show up.
yeah, well, this is a really common thing is I think there's the power of like yes that I don't think a lot of people take advantage of. Like you get invited to a place and sometimes people invite you to a place without any expectation of you saying yes ever. And when you do, they go, what?
Yeah,
You're
no.
here? And I think you and I
we
are
have
the
it
type
where
of-
it's like, what do you mean no? Like, what? It's true. And I don't I don't mind it necessarily.
Mhm.
I used to be a big reader back in like school. I kind of stopped for years, college, just college. But now I'm back into reading, and I find it very relaxing and pleasant. I like to what I call pool rot at the pool.
You do like to do that.
Sit at the pool and read and bake. I'm like a girl for sure. That is like my girl.
Hey,
thing.
we don't believe in gender roles here.
That's right.
You're just like Ethan.
That's just an Ethan thing. An Ethanism.
Um,
Does that answer your question? Like from what?
yeah, I think so. I think this sort of like a calming nature of a partner, or like reeling you in a little bit.
And she is
but it
also a
being-
calming presence.
as not a you're taming the stallion type thing, but rather you're just maybe it is taming the stallion, but but more so like it's also good for you. Like you need the recovery period to be able to run free sometimes.
We've been going on 1.5 years, Sarah and me, and it also just so happened to be that my schedule changed a little bit. Now I work mornings and the weekends. Now I kind of need to go to bed earlier. I can't be up as late, and I turned 30. This all happened within within a year. It was a lot of change, and I don't handle change particularly well. Like I get stressed about the big things sometimes because when I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. There's a reason why I'm going to be really sad when I move out of my apartment and get rid of the pool at the end of the summer, but I'm really excited for the house that we're going to be living in. And because I'm doing it with someone that makes me comfortable and is kind of pushing me to get outside of my comfort zone a little bit, because I don't know if I would have done that before. In my job, TV, this with Anna, you have to move around a lot. You guys lived in Arkansas. It's away from home. It's away from your home. For me, I didn't have to move far. I've been very lucky. I did my time at Ball State, got a job in Rockford, Illinois at my first station where I interned. And that's an hour and 10 minutes from my parents' house. Now I'm here in Indy, a 2.5, 3 hour drive. I didn't have to move somewhere where I have to hop on a plane or take a cross-country road trip. And I'm very lucky for that. But that's why Sarah's done it. She's moved around before. She's lived in West Virginia. She's lived in Oregon. She's lived in Georgia. In New York, too. It's made me realize that I have my bottled up things sometimes, but this is a nice gradual nudge.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm not alone to try and do new things.
Definitely. So you and I have a mutual friend who I should have actually reached out to ask you a question. But I'm talking about Ed Fujawa, who's a local Indianapolis historian, also a
Awesome dude.
previous guest of the podcast.
Yes. And my podcast, too.
Well, we're gonna get there.
I have to plug that at some point.
So you talk with Ed. He's a regular guest. He's not a mainstay, right? Well, he's a mainstay in that he comes on regularly.
Correct.
But he comes on to talk about weather history with you.
Weather history in central Indiana. Him and Brian Wilkes, who has a wealth of knowledge of all weather events, especially here. He's been in Indy for 31 years, it'll be this summer. And he's also he's very good at dates and numbers. And then Ed comes in with the geography aspect, and they just mingle together.
What do you think you bring?
Pizzazz.
Okay.
No. The reason I have to learn about it too. I don't know about some of the, I didn't know about the Race Day tornadoes in 2004 as much as Ed and Brian does. I didn't know about the super outbreak 1974.
It's almost like on-the-job training.
It is on-the-job training, but I produce the content.
That's pretty funny.
Ed is a wealth of knowledge.
So when
and
you
I'm going to be
talk
reaching
about-
out to him too for a project I might ask him about because of this house I'm going to be moving into is old.
Yeah.
Might have him find me some old things or where to, like blueprints and stuff.
We'll get there.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I
keep going.
No, that's okay. we can go whichever way you feel, but to bring it to the theme of the podcast, like what do you think of or what do you think about the way like weather and the history of weather, like how would you tie that into communities? I think even just like to the point about like the ecosystem you live, like Indianapolis is really unique in that they always say like we get all 4 seasons versus like you live in SoCal and my brothers walk outside in 65-degree weather in a sweatshirt because they're so weak.
Yeah. I could never be a meteorologist in Vegas. I could never be a meteorologist in Southern California after doing meteorology here in the Midwest. This is too much fun. I love being able to talk about how we could get to the upper 80s somehow in the month of March, breaking records.
Yeah.
And all we've been doing this spring season has been breaking records. And I love being able to do that. Indiana has a very niche weather pattern. And I say that coming from a guy who grew up in the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago area, you have Lake Michigan, which plays an effect on 9 times out of 10 weather things that go on. Lake affects winds, lake breezes, lake affects snow. It's very different there, but then here it's more active. The jet stream always seems to be, which is just the path where weather systems kind of go. It seems to be right in line with like central Illinois and Indiana for some reason.
It's like a waveform, right? So it just kind of like
pretty much, and it's volatile. It moves.
Yeah.
But it's always here, and I've realized that is a story. Why on earth can we get to 88 degrees in the month of March, and then within 4 days get back to freezing, or talking about snow?
Mm-hmm.
We had our biggest snow in several years this past January. Indianapolis had a 2-day snow total of 11.1, 11.2 inches, something like that, at the end of January before it got cold.
Mm-hmm.
That was our biggest snow, I believe, since 2013, 14 winter season. So 11, 12 years. And even last year, we had more snow than Chicago. That baffles me because Chicago should get a lot more snow because of the lake and
Do you
everything.
ever get existential? You're just like freaking out?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Like that day, March 22nd, when we got to 88 degrees. I'm at Newfields for the Spring in Bloom thingy with Sarah and Chelsea Helms.
Art and Bloom.
Art and Bloom, thank you. Where the flowers, they were making their flower bouquets, and I sat there, and I'm watching them do it. I had a beverage, and I look at the climate thing. I'm like, oh my God, we're about to get to 88 degrees in the month of March. I'm sitting there like low-key freaking out because that's never happened before. Ever. And our weather records go back 153 years to 1870 or 155 years to 1871.
Yeah.
And I think Indiana and Ed helps bring that together. Brian too. Because I could say a specific date and either him or Brian and then together could be like, oh, oh, did you know it happened here on Kessler Boulevard? Did you know what the river used to do? Just randomly off the cusp. That's how historians and we meteorologists, we call ourselves weather weenies. Our brains work in whack ways. It's fun. And Indiana is it's a place where people want to know something different. I think every day Hoosiers are hardworking people. Hoosiers are people that are driven and want to get to the next stage, like not only just every day, but in their life.
Yeah. It's a politician answer.
That is.
But I agree with you.
But it's kind of true. I like thinking I could be a part of it, and us too. And I know Ed, even though he's, attorney by day, historian by side gig.
Gig that he makes, it feels like it's more than what he does
Correct.
in the middle of the day.
Correct. Nobody asks him for attorney advice ever. Lawyer advice.
No.
We all go for him for history lessons.
That's funny. Great answer.
Thank you.
I want to talk about being Jewish.
What makes you think I could know that? You can do it. No, why not? I mean, sure. I am Jewish. I look Jewish. I act Jewish. It's there. But I don't like lost
something
on
like
bagel.
every Jewish person I know, and actually this is really funny. So when I went to IU Bloomington.
So did my parents.
Oh, that's right. I knew that.
Yep. That's how they met.
Which actually has it's 14% Jewish at IU.
It's and you know where they all come from? Chicagoland.
Yeah, literally.
And guess what?
And
guess where my
New
parents both
Jersey.
came from Chicagoland. Just so you know, what you're seeing here, my dad's side of the family originates from New York. My grandparents are from Brooklyn. My dad was born in New Jersey, moved to the Chicago area in the 70s. My mom's side of the family, Chicago for generations, North Side, Rogers Park. My great-grandparents, I think, had one of those really old condos on Lakeshore Drive way back when. Grew up in Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
Uh-huh.
And so you get me, an appreciation for all things carbs, bagels, and pizza.
But not locks.
But not locks.
I do want to make a comment about IU Bloomington, which
Please
is that
do.
For as large as the Jewish population is at IU Bloomington, and it hurts me to say this because I love Bloomington Bagel Company, it is crazy that Bloomington does not have a better bagel shop than Bloomington Bagels.
Have you ever tried Gable's Bagels?
No.
Okay.
Are they newer?
They are newer.
Oh, okay.
That's why. But I've had them in Bloomington. Now they're up here in Zionsville. Check it out. Reach out to my guy, Ed Schwartzman.
Okay. You know it's legit then?
I went because I knew they opened. And I'm just like, all right, I had some time. I'm going to go check it out. So I walk in. And I don't even look at the menu because here's how I judge a good place for bagels. I get a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bagel and schmear and a coffee. I didn't even look at
you hit the 3.
the 3.
Okay.
And he was behind the scenes. He saw me. And I also, and he just came up to me as I'm ordering. He's like, why didn't you look at the menu? Why'd you know what you wanted? And I said, what do you think? And he's like, you remember the tribe? I said, yeah.
Wait, so what is the output of that?
The output of that is he respected that I knew what I wanted.
Uh-huh.
And he actually changed my order. He's like, you're not getting plain cream cheese on this bacon, egg, and cheese. You are changing. No.
Oh, okay.
He had some spicy maple bacon. He's like, trust me, get something else. You're getting this, and I'm joining you for coffee. And I said, okay. And then we start exchanging stories. Jewish geography. It exists.
Can you explain that definition? Can you define that?
He said to me, Ed Schwartzman, when has an old guy from Brooklyn ever let you down? And I said, never, because that's my grandfather, my dad's dad, old guy from Brooklyn. Partially responsible for my existence in life. No, Jewish geography is basically, it's like, you know somebody who I know through multiple people, and you somehow get there. Like, for example, you were talking about you knew people who like did like overnight camps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never did that,
Yeah.
but that's a big connection. Like, let's say I did overnight camp, and you had mentioned a name, I would be like, oh yeah, I know such and such because I went to camp with his brother and his nephew, and then we discover how we're all connected. Jewish geography is a thing, and it happens in the bigger cities. I mean, even here in Indianapolis.
I mean, we did it today.
We did it literally today with Dave.
Yeah,
His last name I found.
You didn't even know.
His last name, I did not know he was Jewish. He's a member of the tribe.
I think that's why we got free food, to be honest.
Yes. Does that answer your Jewish geography? It's true. Just where you figure out what ways you're connected somehow.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a harder question, which is, while you are Jewish and you have experienced Jewish geography, at least by my perception, you are not, like you're not, like hanging out with Jewish people regularly.
I'm culturally Jewish.
Culturally Jewish.
I'm culturally aware of the religion, the important holidays that I do and celebrate the traditions that I have. And I probably should go back. It's been way too long. I have not been to temple in years. I didn't grow up going to temple or a Hebrew school. We had a private Hebrew tutoring that I was able to get bar mitzvah for half the price.
Let's go.
And because I didn't meet the area in Chicago where I'm from, there aren't a lot of Jewish people. You got to go 8 to 10 miles east, and that all changes. Closer to Lake Michigan.
Is there like an Upper East Side of Chicago type thing?
It's a North Shore.
Because that's what New York has, right? It's
Yep.
Upper East?
Upper East Side.
Okay.
Yep, and Long Island.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, the Chicago, it's like all the towns that are close to Lake Michigan. That's just, but I was a little further west from there. And so I didn't meet a lot more Jewish people in school until high school. Because I knew people, for example, that they had a bar bat mitzvah or sometimes 2 or 3 every weekend. Every weekend. I could count on one hand how many I went to when I turned 13. So it wasn't as many. And I like that way I grew up. I think there are things I should have probably done more, like going to temple. That's just not how we were, and that's okay. But I'm never going to... It's a part of me. It's an identity of mine, and I try to make sure everyone, just bring that out everywhere, but not like over, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I call myself Jewish.
I feel like there's a TV show named that or something.
Probably. No, there's it's Blackish.
Oh, that's what it
Blackish,
is.
which with Anthony Anderson, which is a great show. No, because I'm practicing. I do the holidays, but I do not I don't keep kosher. I don't do Shabbat. I don't do a lot of the things.
I used to go to Shabbat dinner. So this was the other thing about IU.
Well, yeah, you could probably do it very easily.
I didn't have any friends for like the first month.
Oh.
Except for Jewish friends. So I would go to
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
We're a friendship.
I would go to Shabbat every Friday because they get the free food.
The planning people, the yes people, 9 times out of 10, they're probably Jewish. It's just how we are. And
all right, so you're also
yes,
big food boy.
Big food boy.
We're at a food place right now.
We are.
This one's core to you because it's Chicago food, and it's, you say, the most authentic Chicago food.
It was good. It's the only place I can find in Central Indiana where I can get a char dog, grilled up hot dog.
Yep.
And Italian beef the correct way on the Toronto bread, either dipped without jus. It's good. And
So good.
I mean, we both had it. Dave hooked us up. But that is the reason why I like going out. It's a blessing and a curse, I say. Because everything costs money. Everything costs money.
And the news does not pay. I'll say it for you.
No, it's you know it because your spouse is in it. I work with Anna, so that's how we all came connected. And then, yeah, it's not ideal.
But I want to talk about a couple places that I know you love.
Sure.
One, Side Door Bagel. You go there probably twice a week.
I've gotten better. When I first moved here, hell yeah, because I could walk there, and it was so good. That was just when and I moved here in 2023. That was when that article came out and they just went viral, and I had to see what it was about. There and Bagel Fair up in Nora.
That's 86th Street. That's far from you.
Yes.
Or 82nd? I don't know. But
Nora, yeah, 82nd Street. Those are my two shops. And I need to go back to Gables.
Those are the two shops.
Correct.
I feel like. That's
and then Gables Bagels too, but I've only been there the one time. Side Door Bagel is so good.
It's so good.
It is so good.
And I'm not downtown very often, but when I am and it's in the morning, I'm like, I gotta get in there.
There's just something about getting a bagel with schmear and sitting outside with a coffee. It's great.
I think, actually, I want to run with this point a little bit. I think, like, in the world that I want to live in, and Anna is in Paris right now. Shout out to Anna. I was not invited.
No, you were not.
Side Door Bagel hits that, like, pseudo-Parisian, or I guess European, like, neighborhood bodega-y spot that you can just, like, go and, as you said, get a sandwich, get a coffee, and just, like, chill. And probably see someone you know more
Every
likely.
time.
Actually, oh my God, I forgot. When we first went to Side Door Bagel, it was with you, and we saw, like, we met, like, 3 random people who, I know one's Michelle. I think Michelle listens to this podcast.
Michelle Coffin?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That doesn't surprise me because she knows everybody and their mother.
And
with love, I say that, by the way.
And 2 other women who just, like, are in the industry, and just, like, randomly, it seemed like that cool neighborhood spot.
It's easy to get to. The food is good. And more importantly, from my standpoint, they make the bagels right. You cannot steam bagels.
This is a no problem bagel guy over here.
Boil them. They got to be boiled. That way you have the soft inside and the hard outside. And Side Door and Bagel Fair do that. Gable's Bagels as well. But I want to try some other things because I said I've only been there the one time. Like I said, I'm a snob about 2 things: bagels and pizza.
All right, pizza. Well, you have a pizza passport.
I do have a pizza passport.
How far in are you?
Out of all the places in there, I think I've done like 10 of them, probably.
10 of like 30?
There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. Indiana has a lot of pizza, and it's great. But I don't do ranch with pizza. I get ridiculed for that all the time.
I don't think you should.
No. Oh, you agree with my sentiment?
I will eat ranch with pizza, but it's not like...
It's not like the end of the world?
I'm not seeking it out.
Okay. Oh, I know people that seek it out, and that's okay. I think that's an Indiana thing, for sure. I think so. I got nothing against it. I don't like it.
Is it the ranch or is it the combo?
Combo. Ranch, I've even gotten better at over the recent years, where I can eat a good ranch. I think I just had a bad ranch way back when and kind of stayed away.
Yeah.
But I do love I love comfort food. If you haven't gotten that yet from me, I just love a good comfort food. Something easy to eat.
One last restaurant. Comfort food. Bohdi. Your pride and joy.
It is my pride and joy.
Your North Star.
That is my I want a special occasion, and I don't care if I can't pay, if I shouldn't do it. I'm gonna go. If I have the craving, I'm gonna go to Bohdi.
What is it about Bohdi that you find so compelling?
I don't know. Well, the food. Well, actually, no. The food is superb.
But like, get emotional with, like, what is it about the food or the experience of eating at Bohdi that really touches something within you? In whatever way that means. It might be the morning after too.
That is a great question. No, I got a good stomach. I can handle things. Unlike a lot of Jewish people who have very bad stomachs. No, me, I can handle spice for the most part. So Bohdi's actually, it was one of the first places I went in Indianapolis. I didn't know what, I kind of just found it.
Oh, for anyone listening who doesn't know what Bohdi is, it is a
Thai restaurant,
Thai restaurant,
on the edge of Mass Ave by the Bottle Works. They now take reservations. It's a new thing. And they have a beautiful patio, 21 and over, by the way.
Card you at the door.
Yes, they will card you at the door. I found it. I didn't know what it was. It just looked fun. There was a line outside, and I did not know.
Uh-huh.
So maybe this was a month after I moved here. I went. I sat at the bar, and the lady who was working was like, "You're the new guy from Fox."
Oh, really?
Literally brand new. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, I'd been here a month. I said, yeah. And she said, have you ever had Thai food before? I said, yes, but not in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Time.
So she said, okay, here's what you're getting.
You just got told?
It's like at Gable's Bagels.
Yeah.
You are getting told about what it is.
What was it?
It was what was it? It was the cow soy. Nope, it was the cow soy.
Oh,
It was their special.
Yeah.
Which I ask every time. It's a special. It's like their ramen plus noodles together.
Uh-huh.
It was so
it's really
good.
good.
And I'm just sitting there by myself. I don't have anybody to show this to. I'm like, what? I don't think people know.
You're like, I want to tell
I'm
someone.
like, I need to tell the world about it. And that was the first place that did it for me. So now anytime, like I've introduced a lot of people who have, if someone new starts at the station, for example, and the schedule works out, I always want to be like, all right, I'm taking you out. We're going to do this. I want to introduce you to a place in the city or something. 9 times out of 10, it has been Bohdi.
You're like, we're going to Bohdi and then we're going to Goodfellas after to get a drink.
That was me and Sarah's first date.
I know.
It was Bohdi and then Wise Guys.
Or, yeah, Wise Guys.
And they treat you well. It's not outrageously expensive.
Especially for the service and the quality.
And
of
the food is so good.
so the owner's mother, I'm sure you know this because you go there enough, but the owner's mother is often in the back cooking.
Yeah. I met her. I forget her name right now, but man, so nice.
Yeah.
And can cook anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that in that small kitchen. I give them credit.
They had to close for like 2 weeks last year. I'm sure that was devastating.
I remember that. I was nervous. I'm like, oh no. But and I grew up, my family, so my mom's side of the family has a local business, a t-shirt custom sportswear shop.
Yeah.
In Highland Park, Illinois. It's been there. My grandfather opened it in 1977. Now it's my 2 uncles, my mom's brothers, that run it, and that is a staple in Highland Park. So supporting local has always been something in my family. Restaurants, shops, and I'm going to do that the rest of my life. And when I found out that a lot of where I live now has a lot of local places, especially in downtown Indy and the surrounding neighborhoods, I will preach that for the rest of my life. And Bohdi just kind of made me realize that maybe I'll pay a couple of extra dollars more for something that I won't shut up about in the nicest way. It's true.
And I'm looking at Dave right now, like, you say pay a couple extra dollars more. You can come in here. I'm dropping another ad.
No,
there's a couple dollars less.
No, there's no extra anything. But the names here, oh my God! If you're a Chicagoan and you have not been to Chicago Beef and Dog Company, you gotta come here.
Hashtag free ad.
Literally,
it
helps. You gotta check out some of the. I mean, like you got the Belushi dog, the Daily Dog, the
Don't have to read it all.
No, the Abe Froman combo. Your Blues
Froman,
the Sausage King of Chicago.
Okay, I knew you would know.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Great
Watch
movie.
that. Yeah,
No,
no,
great movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I liked that. So that was just the first spot that kind of made me realize, like, wow, Indy has a good local food scene, and I'm gonna tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
It's fun.
Amazing. We're gonna move on
Okay.
to what I call the canned questions.
All right. I'm here for it.
I do have a sponsor to read.
Okay, go ahead.
Third Space Indy is sponsored by City Rising. City Rising is a social impact studio. Most recently, they implemented an eviction data dashboard that looks to highlight and reduce the impact of the 30,000 evictions, mostly affecting Black and Latino women Indianapolis faces every year.
Okay.
Learn more at cityrising.org.
Okay.
City Rising has sponsored a question, which is, what is a third space to you?
Just like in general or a specific spot?
Answer it how you like. I like to get like
I'm gonna
existential or
I'm gonna give you my
Yeah, give it.
philosophical answer. That comes with a little bit of therapy due to the fact that I've been seeing a psychologist since I was 7 years old, and I'm very proud of that fact. No, it's true. Third space is somewhere where you may not go every day, either mentally or physically, but it's somewhere where you know you're comfortable, somewhere where you're not afraid to just be yourself or maybe try something new, either reading something new about the day or learning a new fact or going to a spot and getting something that is different for you. But it's something that gives you that nudge that's comfortable to try something new that you're comfortable in. And third space there's no right answer in my mind. Is that a good?
It's your answer.
Well, I don't like that.
There is no wrong answer.
Exactly, that's what I said. There's no wrong answer. In Indy, what I like about you is you have said to me, all of your episodes, you have not been to a single place twice.
Mm-hmm. At least not.
Right?
Yeah, not really.
It just makes me think that everybody's mind obviously works in different ways. Because you had asked her, right, you pick a place, I found a couple, and we ended up here, and this is like a third space.
Mm-hmm.
We're here in Indy, a city that I've grown to love for its people, for the scene, the food scene, and the culture. But damn, if I want an Italian beef or a hot dog and feel like home, all I got to do is go to Irvington, and it's great, and without having me drive up 200 miles.
I just really want to drive home that I was not paid to be here, but we are driving home the ads.
No. Well, hey, I told you.
But I also think there's something to be
in
said about like feeling like something about like a place like this, which can remind you of like your comfort space of like being in your hometown, where you grew up and you have a lot of life experience with, I think says a lot. And I think it strikes that well.
And I think that's one thing I love about Indianapolis and the people. There are a lot of Chicago transplants here, and I realized it really over the last couple of years. I work with several of them. I work with the biggest known one of all, Brian Wilkes, who's been here 31 years. I mean, it's so nice to have that. We've discovered that his grandmother and my great-grandfather worked at the same corrugated box company on the south side of Chicago one random day. And it's just those things. You can't explain it. And I think when you're in a place where people are good and genuine and down to earth that make you just be you without having to try to be someone else, that's when you know you're in a good spot. Mm-hmm. And Indy has a lot of those third spaces to, yes, try something new, but also be you.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Follow-up question. Actually asked originally by Ed Fujawa, which I stole forever, which is, what is a third space or place that has existed for you previously that no longer does?
That is a real good question.
Which is why I have asked it every episode since he was on.
A third space that has existed for me previously but doesn't exist for me now?
Yeah, whether that's emotionally or like literally, you know.
Thank God you edit. No, because I'm thinking about this.
Yeah, you're allowed to think.
What have other people said? Give me a
I
ball.
can't answer for.
No, just humor me here. Just give me some
I
examples.
mean, if I were to answer this question right now,
Mm-hmm.
it would be summer camp, like where I went.
Okay, then that's
I was a camp counselor for 5 years. I attended that summer camp for like 7 before that. That is a place that I went every summer and is a massive part of me.
then I was pretty. I just wasn't sure. So okay, you're gonna cut all of that.
No, I'm not.
No, just. So I grew up this place called Twin Orchard. My dad plays golf, and my grandfather was a member at this club. My dad's dad, and then on my mom's side, my great grandfather Leo, who I'm named after, was a longtime member too. I grew up just going. It was down the street from my parents' house, purely to just go swimming, and we would do events. We would do like. They had Twinno, which was like bingo, their dinner and bingo, where we would stand up and we'd win big prizes. There was one called like Power Round or whatever. You'd hold up the napkins and until your name got or your number got called and you sat down. Your thing on your card didn't get called down. You won like pure cold hard cash, and I could have been like 5 years old. And I'd bring my friends there every summer. We had just to hang out and go swimming. Or relax. I would play golf, bad golf.
Yeah.
Emphasis on bad golf. Or sometimes I would just, even though my parents, like it was, if I was home alone, it was quiet. I just wanted to go 5 minutes down the street and go sit. They have a bunch of like benches overlooking one of the golf holes. I would just sit and read or sit and just sit. That's my third space, and I don't have. We are not. My family does not belong there anymore. It's just we don't use it anymore. It's just how it goes, and it is a country club, and the name country club does often come with a stipulation.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But I like to think that we were a little different with how we used it. We cared about the place. We used it as a second home for us, not just to my dad to bring work people to or to go play golf. We used it as my sister and I specifically used it as a comfort space. And I was very, very grateful for that, to have that growing up. A lot of my friends worked there as lifeguards, a couple as servers, and sometimes we'd all hang out. I would hang out with them after work at the club. It was different. And
yeah,
that was my third space, I guess, that I don't have anymore. But it's okay. I got plenty of other ones.
Yeah.
And
I think some people get hyper fixated on this idea of third place or spaces like a place that is free, but actually like within the original definition of a country club or a membership organization that you have to pay to be a part of is actually very within the realm of correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea is that you're welcome there, as you said, and it's a place that you're there regularly. The main activity is conversation and just like being present with other people. So country clubs, even though they are exclusionary and that you must pay to be within them, are still third spaces for someone.
And I'm very lucky that we were able to have that. Even bigger bonus that all it took was 5 minutes for me to get there from the house I grew up in. And a lot of good memories. My bar mitzvah was there, graduation parties were there, countless days swimming and playing golf and dabbled in tennis even for a minute. Yeah.
Cool. Great answer.
Thank you.
And unique. No one's answered a country club yet.
Oh, I'm glad to be the first, I guess, question mark with that?
What time is it? Oh, we're right on time.
Perfect.
Every episode, I ask a question from the previous guest. The previous guest from you, whose name is Jay Grillo, he's a local visual artist. I shouldn't say it with such flair. Jay Grillo.
Why not? That's okay.
He asks, and I did have to look this up because it was pretty unique. Where were you the most annoying and why was it the best thing ever?
Where was I the most annoying, and why was it the best thing ever?
It's sort of this idea of like,
Every day at work? No.
yeah, basically like, where are you? It's sort of like taking the idea of a third space, so you talking about being yourself. Like, where were you so comfortable being the loud and proud Ethan Rosuck, and like why, and like, but maybe do a little self-reflection. It's like, maybe I was annoying other people, but it was great for me.
If I had to pin that somewhere, maybe,
That was such an evil.
no,
laugh.
just like because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, just stories. The Chug up in Muncie. The Chug specifically up in Muncie. A lot of good times.
I'm assuming that's a bar.
It is a bar in a basement, the best bar. Any Ball State student or alum will know it. We would go there all the time, and I lived across the street, so I was there way too much. And if anybody were probably annoyed with me on how often I would ask to go out, it was probably then,
Yeah.
because it was bad. It was a lot.
They're like, Ethan, you live across the street. This is unfair.
No, it's like this is a benefit to you. We have to drive, or we have to Uber, but that was when I was extra nice. It'd be like, I'll pick you up, and we'd go, and all you got to do is Uber one way.
That's diabolical.
Because either that or maybe during like a severe weather event. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, if we're at work, we're locked in, and even the other day, I wasn't even working. This was Monday.
Oh, we were talking about this.
Yes, and I was still involved, and it's a problem because I'm invested in work and I love my job. But I kept finding things that were wrong, and I was emailing. I'm like, get this fixed. And
Did your parents ever ask you for like tech help with your computer, their computer?
Yeah.
You're like that, but like, you're like my IT guy, but you're a meteorologist. So I'm like, Ethan, is it gonna rain later?
Every time I was
What's the sky look like?
no, trust me, I got that a lot. I get that every severe weather event, and on the days where I'm not working, I can answer them a lot more. But and I felt bad because I'm like, all right, this isn't working. Please look into this. And
you should always reply. You should have an auto reply. It just says like, tune into the 6 o'clock news.
yeah, to just be like, if someone emails me, just be like, tune in tomorrow at 4 every day, because that's usually when I'm on the air at least. But yeah, I'm very thankful for where I am now. I have a great support system. I'm very lucky that I've had the parents that I do, and a sister as well, who's a couple years younger. I didn't think I would be wanting to stay in Indianapolis as long as I didn't think, number one, I didn't think I was going to be dating a girl long term from New Palestine, Indiana. That's one. I never thought that would ever happen, but you never know what'll happen. I also never thought that I would love my job as much as I do. I sacrifice a lot of things.
I don't think anyone from Fox 59 other than my wife listens to this, so you're safe if you want to tell the truth. I'm kidding.
Well, everybody in TV knows. I wish the pay was better. 100 million %. I'm looking forward to saving on rent when I move in with Sarah. That is going to be great. But I guess you have to, I think, have a certain brain or a certain passion to work in television, like Anna's and me, and especially when it comes to weather. You have to take this complicated science and tell it in a way where that people can't just get on their apps. Apps are great. Some of them have gotten a lot better, even like the Apple Map, the Apple Weather app. I used to hate it. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, they absorbed another app I used to use, actually.
What was that? Remember?
I think it was called Dark Sky.
That would make sense as to the I understand. So I always try to be that guy who can give you something that your apps can't do, that AI can't do.
Yeah.
And I like to have fun with my job while being informative about it. like during my tornado coverage on Friday. It was me and Kendall, our newest meteorologist, was assisting. And during the active warnings, I literally said, I was at Promise Road Elementary School in Noblesville on Wednesday, talking to kindergartners about the weather and weather safety. And I'm going to tell all of you at home what I told them. What did I say? When thunder roars, go indoors. And I said, you could be in kindergarten. You could be in your 80s. Remember that. And that's to be the best way to be prepared. It all comes down to that. Or don't be scared, be prepared. Mm-hmm. I love being able to do that. And if I can bring my storytelling aspect into it every day, that's where I like to be.
Yeah, banger. One last question.
Yeah.
What question would you like to ask the next Third Space Indy guest?
Where is somewhere in Indianapolis or central Indiana that you want to try to find potentially as a third space but haven't, and why?
Okay. They will like that question. I know who it is.
Okay, great. How did I do?
We're not done.
Oh,
We got to round it out.
not done. Sorry.
Ethan, if you want to be found,
Oh,
where can the people find you?
you can find me on Fox 59, primarily. Sometimes on our sister station, CBS 4. I am on Facebook. I am on X, Twitter. I am on Instagram.
What's the handle?
My full name, Ethan Rosuck.
ETHANROSUK.
UCK.
I knew that.
That's okay. And on Facebook, it has meteorologist on the front. And if I'm not doing the weather, I'm usually somewhere reading, relaxing, 9 times out of 10 at a restaurant, or getting coffee, or golfing during the months of March to October poorly. And I want to get back into bowling. I used to do that competitively for years. I don't know if you knew that about me.
Well, it's less I'm just like, where is a good bowling spot?
It's
Maybe,
like,
maybe Dave knows.
Indiana
No.
loves bowling. They love bowling.
Indiana loves bowling.
No, trust me. We used to come down here for tournaments. Like travel tournaments.
That's interesting.
Woodland Bowl, Royal Pin.
I feel like
believe.
bowling was huge in Louisville, actually, where I'm from.
That could.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching or listening to this episode of Third Space Indy. You can find me by going. Wait.
You're right here.
Yeah.
You are right here.
You can find me by going.
You got this.
Sorry. You can find me at Third Space Indy on Instagram, or by going to thirdspaceindy.com, where I leave the show notes and a blog. Thank you to City Rising for sponsoring the podcast, and also thank you to Proformus. Proformus is an urban planning and design firm that helps neighbors and communities shape the places they already love. Based in Indianapolis, they're here to help you make your place happen one block at a time. Thank you, as always, to the local artist Jennasen for allowing me to use your song "Scared Rabbit" as the intro music, and thank you to Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Thank you.
At Chicago Beef and Dog in Irvington for allowing us to record here. It was very kind of him, not only to allow us to record here, but also for the free food.
Can I plug one thing before we
You
go?
can plug whatever you want.
Okay. So I also do 1 day a week. It's called Weather Authority Now. It is a podcast that we air on the Fox 59 streaming app. It's called Fox 59 Now. You can get it on your smart TVs. And that's also where we have all of our newscasts live. If you don't have cable, if you don't have antenna or anything like that, you can watch our newscasts on there. Just got to download it on your TV. Soon it's going to be coming out on your phones. And you can also find our episodes, Weather Authority Now, on the Fox 59 YouTube channel as well. That's where we have Ed has been a guest on several of them. It's me and my colleague, meteorologist Kendall Wilson. We basically talk about things that we don't have time to talk about on television.
Yep.
Like-
I'll say it so Ethan doesn't have to. Your local Fox News station is nothing like the Fox News you're used to.
That is correct. Very, very different.
And they have a lot more fun on the off-air shows than they do on TV. So,
yeah. So
it's-
download that, and if you have any ideas ever, we always love to hear it. Reach out to me on social media.
All right. Thanks so much for listening. or watching on YouTube. My name is Michael Zarek. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Scared rabbit, is the coast clear? Go grab it, you're gonna starve here. On your bed of death with one regret, what you never said.